Good morning, sunshine. I hope that this finds you well rested and that you are ready for this amazing Friday or wherever you're watching this in time. It's your daily insight on life and love for October 30th, 2020, also timeless. So if you're pulled to this at some point in the future, this could have a message for you. It's being a general collective one. If it doesn't fit, don't force it. I never want you to force it. You can either let it fall away or ask questions about booking your own personal reading. And even if it does resonate, ask questions about booking your own personal reading. Coronavirus sale. It's extended to various forms of my work, which goes with the Tarot and Oracle reading, psychic medium readings. We have ASMR, guided meditations, and Reiki. Ask questions. I'm here for you. Email address is in the description below. You can find me on any social platform. So definitely say hello. Let me know where you are in the world. We're kicking this off with regular right away. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit the bell for notification and enjoy the show. What are we kicking this off with? This is the beginning and end-based part of this reading. Seems like something is magnificently growing, and when whatever this is growing inside of you, not trying to get all alien on you, it gets rid of the power play, the power struggle, the tyrant, the oppressor. It does feel like oppression in this. I'm going to go with that. So what's in the middle of all this? We have a lot of sword energy so far in this reading. So let's see. Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards, we have, I think, 4? No, 3. It's still a lot. It's mainly a lot of sword energy in this. We have the 5 of Cups in reverse, King of Swords, and we have a Queen of Swords. She's in reverse. So she's getting a little irate, and she's slowing down. She's going to cut something, but she's going to make sure that she cut it away completely. And we have this bad boy. And I see your hesitance. Whatever this is that you are detaching from so you can grow, you can move on, and I guess be your own protagonist in your own story. It's a slow plan that you're working on and getting away from this. It's important that you do go about this slow, because I think that cutting away from this as fast as you'd want to, it doesn't feel firm. It feels reactionary, and it also feels impulsive. Impulsive is not the same as spontaneous, and it's also not the same as just pivoting and going another way. It's not really divine with that one. It's considered, I would say, a misstep. So anyway, you're hesitant because you want to be sure that this is what you want to get rid of. You want to be sure that there's nothing about this that you want to latch on to. That's perfectly okay. Take your time. We're not really working on a time constraint right here. This King of Swords, now I'm liking him because, you know, he's all action. He's divine masculine energy. He's assertive, even curt. And I also like how he's not mixing up his words on any of this. If he were in reverse, I think there'd be a little bit more confusion. But at least he's sure about his actions. The only thing that you are not sure of is how to go about executing them, which is why we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. I really feel like there's a lot of gray area with this. The Judgment. I want clarification on that, Spirit. Okay. This person seems like needy, incredibly needy, self-serving, and it feels very dependent on you for something. Maybe you're an emotional fulfillment. I feel like they're very addicted to your personality. And this is something where they've made almost their entire existence about this situation or this person. And this person, I mean you. But it feels completely ungrounded. It feels like a repetitive cycle in their life where, yeah, it's kind of putting you in the victim mode. But since you understand it now, you can't really be the victim anymore. If you decide to stick with this moving forward, that's an active choice. So I see that you're not willing to stick with this, which is great, grand, and wonderful for you because you see how ungrounded and unstable it is. Look what we're looking at right here. This is what they've made you. This is what they've projected onto you. You're their everything, but they don't have the groundwork to actually be real about it. And I do feel like this is also representing some form of codependency on you. Oh, goodness. And this is why you're being so thorough and why you're cutting away from them. It's not time. It's not time to do the final pull, but you're gathering up everything all around it in order to make this clean swipe with it. This, it seems like every time you pull away or try and get your own space in it, whatever it is, if this is a job that's dependent on you or overly dependent or that is overstepping some sort of a boundary, then you got to have that firm boundary. But I really feel like this is some sort of person in your life. And it's annoying, but in the end, it's fine because I see that you're knocking the devil off its stool. Look at this. How can it hold you tight with those little chains and that little cinder block and it's just sitting on it? That is not a very stable foundation for that devil. You can clearly knock it down. And you know what? And then you can kind of get all Jabba the Hutt on it and wrap that chain around it. Obviously, I'm not telling you to do that in real life. I'm making a comparison here. So, what's going on with this? When did this happen? This feels kind of like a very specific reading. This feels almost like a personal reading because it's really isolating people in this one. I have the sniffles. This is somebody who has a very intimate relationship with you. It doesn't have to be romantic. I will always say that intimacy does not always equal romance. I will say it a million times. I'll say it a million more. And it was really draining. It took you a lot to maintain this relationship, but I think that you were somehow gaslighted into thinking that this is the way that these relationships can be. This is just how it goes. And, you know, we got to work our way through it. Yeah, but when is enough enough? I'm not telling you to stay in an abusive situation. I'm never going to tell you to stay in something toxic. When is enough enough for you? When have you said, okay, I can't give you anymore? I am not some sort of mold for you to shape up. Look at this. Lord, give me strength. I can't really do that accent well. I don't even know. All right. I see you cutting off communication with whatever this is. It may be slow, starting to inch back on the words. Maybe you have a few minutes less to talk. Maybe maybe you're getting too busy to talk. Life is somehow very clearly showing you that this isn't going to work and we got to pull away from this. And I think that you're so giving in nature that you didn't really recognize it at first. So what I'm seeing here, it's slowing down. And soon it's probably going to be little to no communication. And I think that that is the best way to go about it. Maybe the other side of this is if you did cut communication off all the way, it's worried about the other person acting irate. Do not entertain that at all. You are not, well, you're not going to deal with a toddler tantrum. I mean that in the most figurative way. Oh man, I've had 2 toddlers in my life. Well, not, you know, they're just clearly my own. They don't give a what about any of your conditionings. No, toddlers, very much survival and all about themselves, but you know, you gotta look at babies. Okay, we have the World card. So this, what is this getting at? We got about what the other side of this. Oh, we have a lot of cards. I think it's very important for you to actively remind yourself, don't worry about the story that they could concoct about you. This, I do see you getting quiet, and I do see that you need to recover from this. And I do see that it'll take time for you to get over this connection. But I also see that you will get over it, and that you will be happy, and that you will get over this feeling of being abandoned. It's going to take time, but I do see you putting in the work for yourself. There's a lot of anxiety and block communication on this. And when I say block communication, in this instance, it's not somebody's blocking somebody, even though that might be the case. I'm getting more like the throat chakra is being blocked. You couldn't speak your mind around this person. It was like you were walking on eggshells. And I don't think that's how it started. I think that this got, towards the end of where we are right now. There's feelings of rejection that I want to look into. But you got to recover. I see you going internal. I see you going into hermit mode, shutting everything off, and that's more than acceptable. You owe nothing to nobody. I don't like the way I said that. You owe nothing to anybody. There you go. I like that better. God, I hate double negatives like you wouldn't believe. Okay. So, all right, tell me about the recovery. Finding your balance and learning how to open up again. There's going to be more communication on the other side of this, but you have to get into a good place right now. Bump, bump. You're balancing a lot of things on your plate right now. If you're not careful, this will go upside down. I don't want you to fall flat on your face, because you want to know what? I don't care who you are. Too much is too much. You're not a workhorse. You're not trying to work yourself to death. There is an opportunity for you to relax. Take it. Then this won't even be about juggling. It'll be about you actually figuring yourself out and learning how to ride the wave. And once you get that mastered, that's when the communication really comes in. You are going to be somebody who is very observant and I guess very real with what they see. Not being timid at all. And I think that it took you a very long time to get to that point. The karmic lesson in this is to see everything from the other side of this. What I really see is it's almost like you're split in two. And there's this big glass that's going down the middle of you, and you're inching your way towards the other side. You can't see through this glass, but you're being pulled through it, and you're trying to look through the other side of it, and it's nothing but a fog. It's a really horrendous comparison and image, I know. But the biggest karmic lesson is to see yourself on the other side of this. See this transition completed. See, it's really learning how to envision your actual future again. Pulling out of this, a situation that wasn't working and it was falling flat on its face, this has completely altered you as a person. There has been a lot of intense pushing growth in this. That was a huge karmic lesson. It's learning how to grow, being forced to grow, and to see yourself through, see yourself on the other side of this. So if we're looking at a relationship, I'm going to shuffle these back in. Ooh. It says it's getting rid of whatever a third-party situation is. Now, again, that's not always about another person. This can be somebody who has addictive behaviors, who's overworked, somebody who's very codependent or incredibly distracted. Whatever is the distraction in this, I would consider the third party. Again, not always a person, but sometimes it's a person. This person, I feel like they have way too much baggage that they're not willing to work on, and it is a constant vicious cycle with them. So this is you dropping all of that baggage, not picking up theirs, and working with your own and getting yourself out of there. That is the projected future of that connection. It looks like disunion and very important life choices to make in regard to moving on. So if we're looking at a life situation, which I'm not really getting a huge feel for, but I'm going to say it because I do feel like it's for a few of you out there. If we're looking at a life situation that has become incredibly toxic, yeah, it is a feeling of loss. It is a feeling of it coming to an end. Karmic lesson, swift action. You're going to have to be absolutely no BS with this. Why am I seeing the Six of Cups? Let's see. Six of Cups. Why are you here? What's your beef? What do we got? The High Priestess. You idolized the situation for so long, but the realization of it is that it wasn't anything remotely what you had wanted. There was absolutely no change. You have morphed so much as a person. You have been made very desirable in your own eyes. Forget what anyone else or anything else could see about you. You are desirable. You know your value, you know your worth, but you also know what you had aspired for in this situation. Not only did it not change, it is now energetically an anchor towards you that would do nothing but hold you in the same space. There's no growth. And I see you moving far beyond it. So if you follow along this path, and we're looking at relationships again, what is the likely projected future on the other side of you walking away from it? Let's see. You're going to be hesitant before you jump in anything. Again, you're going to be very... you're going to have to be very sure of yourself. You're not going to be traumatized forever, but it is going to make you look twice. You're going to get over your need to have anybody validate you. And I really don't think that you even care about having someone validate you ever again. This new beginning, if you're ever going to share this with somebody, then they have to really show who they are at first, and you need to take your time with them. So the Lovers is showing up in reverse. I think you're going to continue the not only breaking up with this situation person, whether it's romantic or not. I see you using that as power to get out of all these nonsensical relationships in your life. Either that or just put in this great divide so you're not attached to it anymore, so you can focus on, you know, what is worthwhile for yours, what is a new abundant and golden opportunity for you. You're not going to settle for anything that isn't absolute treasure. And I wouldn't want you to anyways. So if we're looking at a life situation, on the other side of you stepping away from it, what is the projected future? Not holding yourself back anymore, not being afraid. You're being made to be fearless. Because I really think that one of the main fears in holding you in that situation was that you couldn't make it without it. And I do see that also you are going to be... You got the Lovers in reverse again with this one. Interesting. You're not going to let any situation start to look like this again. It feels like if anything is even remotely out of alignment, any sort of hint of a red flag, we're even going to go with a pink flag or even a beige one. If this isn't a white flag of surrender, if it's any other color, then you are checking out. and I don't blame you. It's time for you to be your own magic maker, your own wizard, your own investor. It's time for you to be grounded in action and very sturdy, practical, all those wonderful words in order for you to have this beautiful, abundant, and luxurious life moving forward. This has been your daily insight on life and love for October 30th, 2020. And again, timeless. So if you're pulled to this in the future, let me know what brought you here and if it resonates. If you have questions about booking your own personal reading or anything else, any other of my services, email is in the description. And again, find me on any social platform. I look forward to hearing from you, and I hope that you're having an amazing day. Until next time, stay safe, have fun, and know that you're greatly loved and appreciated. Bye for now.